Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it,
They're all live.
Doing it live, fuck it.
Tonight on Stumbling Down History Road, we're going to be talking about Elden Ring / FromSoftware. This will probably be a two-parter. I'm Jackson. I got Jeff with me. Surprise, surprise, I don't have anybody in the studio. Who do we got on the phone?
I'm D.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I'm so sorry. I'm Trent, Tulare East. What have you?
So, Trentopus,
Yes, that's a new one.
why is it you wanted to talk Elden Ring / FromSoftware? I know I've been trying to haggle you about trying to come on for a while. And come
at
on
least
more
10
than
minutes.
just one, so.
It's fair. No, I thought it's it's a subject I'm pretty joyous to talk about. The From Software history, Mr. Miyazaki himself. Hidetaka Miyazaki, of course.
Well, I mean, it didn't start with him, but yeah.
Of course. Well, he's the one that made it better. Let's be all honest here. Everything got way better the second he got there.
Kingsfield was cool. Armored Core was cool.
Oh, he was a big part of Armored Core. At least, maybe
That's
not
what I'm saying. Armored Core was cool. Kingsfield was cool. He just, kind of found Demon Souls and was like, fuck it. We'll do it live.
Much like the pioneers of his time.
Yeah.
The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
The Armored Core mechs, of course.
Yes. Good reference.
Yes. But no, the whole series is just so thick and wrought with history. But if I'm being very honest, I only came in on it around, I want to say I think I was a sophomore in high school, so I want to say 2012, 2011 with Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, I was going to say that's right around Dark Souls 1 because Demon Souls came out in 2009, and that's really what shaped up the game.
It definitely gave it the best legs that it has for the day. Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
He's dying over there. He is dying over there.
It's not an episode if I don't at least once.
That's fair. So I want to talk a little bit about From Software in and of itself real quick.
Sure.
It was founded in 86. It's a Japanese company, much other video game companies who would have and they kind of are famous for RPGs initially and mech games and doing the most random of bullshit.
Oh yeah, they were definitely experimenting with a lot of shit back in the 90s. They were trying to throw a lot of things at the wall, hoping that it would stick.
It was mostly just Kingsfield and Armored Core that stuck.
Oh yeah, for a goodly bit. They tried a few other things, but those were the two that really found their home with the cult that is today.
Yeah.
So now is Kingsfield's like a Final Fantasy-esque game? What's Kingsfield? I don't know that one.
It's like I almost want to say a Doom clone, but instead of having guns and switches, it's like magic and swords. So it's first person view. Everything looks like pixelated crap, and you just wander. Just good luck, have fun, which is a huge theme of anything FromSoft puts out. Here's the sword, take a walk, good luck.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like if you were to put D&D into an actual video game from a first person perspective.
Sure. Yeah. For the sake of some lemons,
all of your friends are enemies, and they are looking to kill you.
Sorry, I was trying to kill a bug.
Good.
I'm outdoors.
Oh, dude, that's why it took me so long to get here. I had a plague in my house. It was awesome.
What?
Yeah, that's
What?
right. I had a whole plague in my undercase, like my understairs area. It's
Is that a sexual term that I'm missing?
No, there's no sex this evening. I'm sorry to say. It was
Is
we
that
found a
because of
dead
the plague in
mouse.
the
And
undercarriage?
it was just no, the understairs, the undercarriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your undercarriage. You found a undercarriage. So now
We
you.
found a few dead plagues in the undercarriage. Anyway, but
Yeah,
I'm here now.
fair enough.
Okay then.
Jesus. Jesus can't help us.
Starting off strong, but yeah, I started off with one day. You know, I started hanging out with a few friends, and my one buddy and I were standing outside smoking the reefer as the young children do. And he was like, "Hey, I just started playing this game on PS3. It's kicking my ass. It's called Dark Souls." And I was like, "Oh, what the hell is that?" And he's like, "Oh, well, if you want to get mad at swinging a sword, this is the game for you." And I'm like, "I mean, shit, I got nothing better else to do. I think I've recently. I want to say this is 2012 for sure, then, because I definitely played Skyrim beforehand." And he was like, "It's Skyrim, but it makes you really angry." And I'm like, "I mean, sure, Skyrim was a fucking bop. Why not?"
So it's Monster Hunter Freedom Unite.
How dare you? You savage. You absolute monster.
As I said in our
To be fair, Monster Hunter is a fantastic game, and if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. You'll hate life.
as I said in the Monster Hunter episode, Freedom Unite is one of those games also where you could spend the entire game screaming at it how much you hate it, and say it's the best game you ever played.
Sounds like World of Warcraft.
You know, I found a couple.
Wait,
I found a couple games on here, dude, that you might have actually given a shot. Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, Monster Hunter Poka Poka
no,
Audio Village DX.
nope. Those are all Japanese exclusives.
Okay.
Yeah, eat shit, America. The good
right.
games
Yeah.
are back home.
And
Good.
as I forgot to mention in my Monster Hunter episode, there was a Chinese exclusive 18th weapon. I was right.
Damn.
Yeah, I was technically right.
I want to talk about the Adventures of Cookies and Cream.
Oh no, I have no idea what that is.
It was a PlayStation 2 game. You got to play as like this little bunny rabbit thing and like a
Oh.
different bunny rabbit thing.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
the thing. I came, like I said, I came in at Dark Souls and I beat all of it. It's honestly the whole shtick of Dark Souls 1 was a nightmare for me, because my friend just handed me the game. Right? He said, "Trent, this is Dark Souls. It's my only copy. I just got an Xbox. I don't need this anymore. Happy birthday." And I was like, "All right, cool." Right? So this was like a Friday night. I'm like, "Fuck it. What else are we gonna do? Let's play some video games." And I wound up spending from, I want to say, like 6 p.m. Friday till like Monday after school. A little bit after, my friend eventually came back over. I had spent 24 in-game hours. It was a little over 24 hours in-game. And I had walked all the way from, and for anyone who knows Dark Souls, they'll know where I'm talking about, walking from Firelink Shrine through into the cemetery. And in the cemetery, there are these skeletons that are ridiculously strong. You're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there anytime soon. Maybe you run in there for some free items. That's about it. But I ran in there, got my ass handed to me a few times, like, wow. And I texted my friend. I was like, dude, these enemies are so tough. What can I do to beat them? And he's like, well, there's a parry function where, like, you swing your shield at them at the right time. You land a critical blow. You deal a shit ton of damage, right? I was like, oh, okay. That's what I have to do to beat these skeletons. So I beat these skeletons all the way from the cemetery to the catacombs, all the way down to what's the word for it? The Tomb of the Giants, which the skeletons just get more and more big as the area progresses. Some of them can
They drank
regenerate.
more milk.
They
Yeah.
drank a lot of milk, dude. They were straight from the teat. They were they were calciumed up.
Demon Soul skeletons. They drink their milk.
Oh boy, did they. And
Mother's Milk, yeah.
I
I get
learned that
that.
a long time later.
Oh no.
But my friend comes over, and I messaged him. I was like, hey, there's like this golden fog that I can't get past. It says a Lord vessel is required. And he's like, what the shit? All right, I'm coming on over. I'll come over tonight. We'll talk about it. So he comes over, and he sees them standing in front of what is the entrance to a final boss of the game. Like, there's 5 final bosses. I'm looking at one of them. He's like, how did you get here? And I was like, well, I just started walking around and found this place. I can't get back up. And they're like, no. How did you get here? And I was like, oh, I just parried everything. I thought that was what I was supposed to do. He said, you're a ding dong. We made a new character. And I was like, all right, cool. Where am I supposed to go? And there's another place you're supposed to go called Undeadburg. It's instead of taking a left, you take a right. Didn't see the staircase. Had no fucking idea. Wound up going up the staircase. First enemy I see jumps at me, and I parry him without question, put him in the floor. My friend looks at me like, okay. He can't parry for shit, mind you. So he's impressed enough as it is, being like, oh wow, first little enemy. We parried everything up to the first boss in the game, the proper first boss in the game. He's like, oh, okay.
Now you gotta roll.
Now, what the heck? He was baffled. Absolutely baffled. And that was my introduction to the actual series itself. Was just getting my ass handed to me for 24 hours by giant skeletons, parrying everything under the sun that I could. It was a nightmare, but it was very fun. It taught me how to cry.
So
Uh,
there's this thing called Souls-like games.
oh
Right.
yeah.
Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Sekiro, Elden Ring. What?
You can also call them the Bloodborne, Soulsborne because of Bloodborne
Soulsborne,
too.
yeah. Bloodborne, you can't forget. Sekiro, if I may. Not Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Jesus Christ.
No, he's referencing the gummies.
I'm gonna,
Oh, who doesn't love gummies? Let's be honest.
I'm gonna get canceled. Okay. Sekiro.
Have you not seen the Sekiro gummy commercials?
I'm happy to say I have not.
Okay, so when we're done here, what you're going to want to do is go look up Long Man on YouTube.
Oh, yes, I know exactly.
Long Man.
God.
What you're gonna want to do is take a big step back and literally go fuck your own face.
Well, that seems valid. I'm down.
No,
Whenever
that's a
you tell me-
Tropical Thunder reference.
Who doesn't love Jack Black?
What?
Jack Black was in the movie. He played
I'm aware.
Who doesn't love Jack Black? That's a gun hand aimed at the microphone. Who doesn't like it?
I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker.
I know that you said that you started at Dark Souls 1. Did you ever go back to Demon Souls?
Yes. So I played Dark Souls 1. I beat it, and then around
That sounds like a lie.
Oh, dude,
Wait,
no,
so-
I fucking slammed that game.
One does not beat
Okay.
Dark Souls. They just
I beat it.
progress further.
So wait. With the Demon Souls was the game before Dark Souls, right?
It was by about
Yeah.
2 years.
That
Yeah.
was
Okay, so it was
Dark Souls was 11.
so it's like Soul Blade before Soul Calibur.
Oh, I played some Soul Calibur. That wasn't a bad time.
Sure.
Well, because it was Soul Blade first, and then they changed the title over to Soul Calibur, I think.
Mm,
If memory serves, yeah.
I didn't know that actually.
Story.
That's cool.
Demon Souls and Dark Souls are not the same story. Soul Blade, Soul Calibur still follow along the same story.
Oh,
Yes.
Sure. But I think he's just more talking about like
that's
it's like family history. Like, Dark Souls doesn't exist without Demon Souls, and I'm sure the same is true for this.
Well, I thought they technically take place within the same kind of meta-textual universe or whatever.
Well, all right. So yes, but no. There's a lot of items that say will make it through like all the games. Like there's something called the Moonlight Greatsword. It's this big fuck off blue crystal sword that's typically really freaking strong, and it's honestly existed even before Demon Souls. It's been in a few of their ninja games. I couldn't remember the name of them. Ninja Blade. I think that's actually the name of it.
It is.
But yeah, the Moonlight Greatsword has been like the sword to have in most of the games. In Demon Souls, it started as a faith weapon, which is like more about like healing and protection spells. By Dark Souls, it becomes like a magic sword where it's like all about long range attacking abilities and giant bazookas of energy, which is pretty much what sorcery becomes. And it stays like that for the rest of the series. It becomes this like Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, even Bloodborne had a variant of it. Sekiro is the only one without it because listen, if it's not a katana, I don't want it in that game. That's just how it is. But even all the way up to Elden Ring, like the Moonlight Greatsword is a staple. It even came up in Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. It is there in a fashion. It's not literally called it straight up, but it's heavily implied with the way it attacks. But like they love to do that. They love to do that. And like forgive me. There's even items that like will show up in all of them. And that's what I was getting at with them in like Greatsword. Like some even characters will show up in all of them, like Patches, Trusty Patches, as he loves being called. He's a big bald asshole.
Wait,
That
Patches the pirate?
no, just Trusty Patches. He's
I thought.
he's like a thief. He's a cunt.
Wait, are you referencing the SpongeBob pirate Patchy?
Oh,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah,
No, Patchy
it's
has way
Patchy.
too much hair to be Patches. That's obviously the issue. That's the issue.
Yes,
obviously. Yeah.
Patchy the pirate. Yeah.
But Patches is like an asshole through every single one of the games. He'll try to screw you over the second he can in almost everyone except Sekiro.
So wait, I forget. Is Neo part from software, or is Neo its own separate
No,
thing?
Neo is a clone. It would be called a soul what is it? A soul
Souls-like.
like. Yeah. That's considered
Yeah. Okay.
not bad by any measure, and I gave it a good go. It's not a bad time, but
Like how there's roguelikes or how there's Metroidvanias, like that style.
absolutely. They
It's
Monster Hunter-esque, Pokemon-esque. Yeah.
it's get fucked, kid. Here's something hard.
yep. And
Yeah.
you have a sword while you do it.
Sometimes magic.
Sometimes a hammer, but
Yeah.
always not fun.
So did you know that like Miyazaki was an account manager for Oracle Corporation before he even did anything involving video games?
Oh no, I
The
know
guy
that
worked the
he
guy
hated
worked
his
in
old job,
IT and an account manager,
Huh.
and he was doing it to pay the bills for his sister's college tuition.
Oh, well, that's all. What a good guy, Miyazaki, as always. What a fucking surprise.
So Trent, I don't know how much you know about like the culture over in Japan, but I know my brother knows a little bit based off of like just research that he's done.
Sure.
At the age of 29, how random is it for you to just drop what you're doing and go start an entire new career?
I don't think you need to be from Japan. That's just horrific.
I mean, in Japan itself, it's not the most common. It happens. It's kind.
Sure.
It can happen sometimes.
It's
I
definitely
think
like,
there's
what the fuck is happening though.
I think there's a term for it, but I mean, it happens here in the West. It happens all over the place. It's just kind of. I mean, but
Sure,
I think
it's more common here than it is in Japan, is what I'm getting at. Like, it's,
Oh, sure. Like, yes. Like, it happens everywhere. It can be surprising anywhere. But for the sake of what's going on, in Japan specifically with their work ethic and their lifestyle, they are like, what do you mean you don't have a job right now and you're trying to make video games? That's absurd.
I wouldn't even say it's that. More so much it's kind of like seen as like bucking the norm. And Japan really has a thing about like, you don't like try and go against the grain like that. More is like,
Of course.
it's not even like, oh, you can't support yourself. It's just like, oh, you're being a little weak. Like, this is unusual. You don't. But I wouldn't. I don't know. I guess I could look up. I could look up a term for it later or whatever. But
we don't
It
need a full
exists.
story.
yeah, people. I mean, but it happens. People do the shit like that all the time.
I just know based off of things that like I've heard and seen from interviews, like it from what I was able to gather from that, it was very uncommon, very against the grain, very like what the
It's
fuck
be-
is this guy doing type of a thing.
Yep.
It's kind of becoming a bit more normal though over there. Like as I said, a lot like the younger generation is because I touched on it in the one episode with the VTuber thing. A lot of like the younger people who are getting into like these contracts are very much kind of standard, almost standard Japanese business practices of how culturally a lot of these younger people in the VTubing scene aren't liking that and they're starting to buck against it. So, I mean, now it's becoming a bit more common culturally, I guess, with the younger generation. But back then, no, it would be a bit more important, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, the Japanese business culture, especially in things that aren't like actual business, is starting to kind of change over there.
Oh yeah, it was like
they're
Nintendo that actually made like video games as exciting as it is. Anyone else was just like, "What the flying hell are you doing talking about video games? That's not business. That's not money. What are you out of your freaking mind?"
Yeah, I mean Nintendo was definitely like one of the pioneers of it. Sony
For
was
sure.
another one. They got
yeah.
it a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
later, obviously, but
Sega. For
Yep.
all
Yeah.
those who remember the Sega,
rest in peace.
I still have my Sega Genesis. I still do. It's fucking
Sega do
beautiful.
what Nintendo don't.
Ha!
That was a catchphrase of theirs. What do you want from me?
That's funny.
I gotta get a Sega Saturn before some Japanese judo guy beats the shit out of me.
Well, that seems reasonable.
You don't remember Segata Sanshiro?
I am canonically a horrible memory guy.
So
He's
there,
great on memory.
This is in the lore. This has been well established in the lore. I am bad at the memories.
so there was he was a mascot character for Sega Saturn, the Sega Saturn White, like
Oh.
that particular model, and he was this he was I think the actor was the first the guy to play the first Kamen Rider, Takeshi Hongo, I think. And what he would do is he'd show up as Segata Sanshiro, which is a play on Sega Saturn White, right? And he was dressed up in just in a judo outfit, and he would beat the absolute piss out of people who weren't playing Sega Saturn.
Oh,
And he would
that's
just
balanced.
he just does, like he showed him like his training regiment was like him going into the mountains and using a giant Sega Saturn gamepad as like a punching bag and shit, and lifting up giant game console cartridges and like giant console shaped cartridges, boulders or whatever, and carrying around the weights. But he ultimately like ended up dying, saving the Sega headquarters from a nuke.
Huh.
Are
I'm
you
not.
one long fever dream?
No, this is a whole commercial series, and it was so popular it actually massively drove up the sales of Sega Saturn in Japan at the time until they retired the character. I know about him partially because of Death Battle. They had him fight Chuck Norris that one time. It was a draw.
Naturally. No
It
one
was a
necessarily
draw.
beats the other.
But yeah, no, dude, it was a whole. Like Japan, like it goes hard when they come to like their commercial series like that.
I will say that's true.
Absolutely.
They have some fantastic celebrity cameos as well.
Oh man, have you ever seen? Look up. The best is Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, he does some good ones.
Oh, that's
Yeah, because he doesn't. Because one of the whole things is he won't like emote for most of them. He just shows up, does stone faced weird shit, and then just gets money.
Isn't that just Tommy Lee Jones as a person?
Yep.
I don't think I've
Pretty
seen
much.
one. I don't think I've ever seen him do one facial expression, and that includes when he was fucking the Riddler. No, Two-Face.
True.
Two-Face, yeah. Well, I mean, he had two faces.
Yeah, he had twice the chance to
Oh.
emote, and neither one did.
Oh, Batman was funny.
He also had the one girlfriend in like leather and the other one in like white lace and shit.
Yeah.
They give him like two competing meals and everything. Here's my thing. Okay, here's what I say. The Joel Schumacher films, I want to have to say, if you look at them as homages to the 1960s campy TV shows,
They're not bad.
they become a lot. Like, and if you also, there's also another theory that they're actually movies within they're actually like movies / TV shows within the DC universe that are supposed to be more campy too. So there are other ways you can look at the Schumacher films. They are objectively bad, but then again, I have also said the same thing about the Tim Burton Batman films. I find those to be objectively bad myself too.
Well, they're bad to an extent, but they're fun bad. You know what I mean? Like there's something you can sit down and have a good giggle at.
All four movies are fun bad.
Absolutely, dude. What the fuck is his name?
There's only been two good Batman. Technically three good Batman films across the entire thing.
How do we get talking about Batman?
Hold on. Well, we stumble. But how is it that you're going
It's in the name.
Good, only three good Batman films? I want to hear which three these are, and then we can
Okay.
get back to Bloodborne.
The 60s one.
Yeah, with his
with Adam West.
Right?
Adam West is king. Let's be real.
The Dark Knight, and I don't even like that one. I prefer Batman Begins from that trilogy, but that's just a me thing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then the new one with Pattinson.
The new one with Pattinson was a surprising bop. I will give that.
If you actually say like all the Batman films are good and like they're good, but they're also like bad and entertaining. But in terms of being actually good films, those are three good, actual, objectively three good. Like if you want to say how.
I would say that Batman Begins is a better independent film, other than being Batman, than Dark Knight. I think that a lot of it gets chalked up to the performance strictly of Heath Ledger. As soon as
We do love Heath Ledger. Let's
like,
be 100.
I
stand the Heath.
I don't think that one incredible performance in and of itself is enough to salvage a film, because halfway through the film, it turns into something else.
Something beautiful. Something more than
something
art.
With Two-Face, which did not need to exist.
Yeah,
Not that Ledger like hospital scene wasn't great, but they did not need to include Harvey Dent now as a bad guy too. And
that being said, what's his name? The guy who plays Harvey Dent did absolutely the best he could with that role.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't think you could have I don't think anybody else really could have gotten much better out of that role as Two-Face for what that movie was doing with the character.
For sure. I think that's a fair.
I mean, maybe you could have gotten possibly a different actor to pull it off, but in terms of what he was given and what that role was, he acted the shit out of that for what he did.
Trent, have you ever seen the College Humor's Bad Man?
Is that the one where he's like telling Joker not to mess with the Vaporeon, or is that something else?
No,
that's
entirely different.
That's a copy pasta. That's a copy pasta that got voice acted.
It's a Loop Honey. No, Joker.
It's an animal. It's an animal, Joker.
I'm talking about College Humor, where the guy Peter Holmes plays Batman.
Sure.
Oh my god, yo, those are so good. A is for Alfred.
Oh,
B is for Bat.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about an old memory, Christ.
So you're saying if I push this button in just the right way, there's an explosion?
Tasty. Absolutely tasty.
Wait, there's a 50-50 chance. So we need 50 coins, and we're going to do it 50 times. We're going to need a supercomputer.
Sweet Christ.
Is it helicopter?
Who funds
He's
this?
just mad that I got it so quick. But
he's just mad I got it so quick.
I have a very important question for you. My brother's done dying.
Sorry.
Listen, you take your time dying. I don't. I can wait.
We stumble.
I know that you played Soulborns.
Yes.
What is in order your ranking?
Oh, absolutely. I got you. At the ready. Bloodborne.
Really? Okay.
Bloodborne is my number one. I think Bloodborne is the perfect Souls game. Dark Souls 1, because it's just like it's the flawed masterpiece, like the original perfection that still had all this to work on. But I thought it was like it's like a benchmark for when
it started everything.
So no, yes, but like it's more so a benchmark of like the capabilities of what FromSoft was able to do, and that's my point with Bloodborne too. Like Bloodborne gave us a lot of great things that like small, oh crap, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like innovations, things to like update to the Souls formula that culminate into
changes.
Yes, but there's so many of them that they just got like snowballed in and snowballed in and snowballed in. And that's where we got like
a Monster Hunter fight.
It's where we got what do you call it? Elden Ring being as good as it is. Even Sekiro had a hand in making Elden Ring as good as it is. But anyway, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2. I forgot about Sekiro. Sekiro is directly after Dark Souls 3.
So it's a thing I kind of noticed with these trilogies. It almost seems to be with the trilogies. It's almost the first game is like well known as like the baseline. Everybody loves it. The second game is always like that middle child, like nobody kind of like seems to like give a shit about. And then the third game, everybody's like, that's our baby. Like Witcher had it. I think
Metroid.
I want to say Metroid had it. I think Soul Calibur had it. Technically Monster Hunter No.
I will say that like
it
the
did
Souls
up until Monster Hunter World came out.
Okay. Well, because I mean, no, let's say because like the second generation for Monster Hunter was like also probably. I mean, the third generation was technically the most objectively popular for the normies at the time, but like The one that was like everybody loved and was like the most hardcore was the second one, whereas like whatever. Oh fuck, Onimusha had that too, I think.
Hmm.
Tenchu, I think, had that.
So I feel like
Yeah,
the Souls games are a
Fallout.
little.
Sorry.
Or no, it's okay. I think the Souls games are a little they're a little special in that regard because I feel like in all those series that you mentioned, like the total equation of the game stayed the same throughout the three of them, only getting mildly better. With Dark Souls 1, we had like a certain peak. With Dark Souls 2, that peak just fucking dropped. It didn't just like get a little bit better. They didn't just change up a few things. They changed so many fucking things. It is the black sheep of the soul of the FromSoft franchise, in my opinion. I
don't know. I've heard people like it.
Of course people like it. It's still a Souls game. It's not necessarily a bad game. It's just the worst Souls game. Like it's still better than like Lords of the fucking Fallen, which came out in about the same year as Dark Souls 2. Also a Souls like, but Dark Souls 2 was just like vehemently better. It was like still crappy compared to other Souls, better than most games.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
See, so like,
What?
I mean, objectively though, you are always going to find the one person who's like, "That's my game," though.
Oh, plenty. Absolutely plenty. It is. It is.
There's always that. There's always that one guy where they just look at the one fucking redheaded stepchild of anything and go, "That's my boy.
That's my boy.
That's my boy.
We're rooting for him.
So what?
That's my boy."
I gotta ask because you said that a Souls is better than like any other game. What makes it better than any other game? Is it because you have a torture kink, or did I just reveal too much info?
You revealed the correct amount of info. This is where I wanted to come out. Yes, love the torture kink. We're into it. But on a very real note, it's the quality of game, and I will say there is a Dark Souls effect where now every game that I play post Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Sekiro, every game I play after it, I can't help but compare it to that because of the difficulty, the strategy, the things you learn, the variety of how you can play the game. Because every time you pick up that game, it doesn't matter if you're picking up the same sword, you're having a different experience every damn time. And I think Souls games just have like such a beautiful entrance to show you that versus most games. And like I played The Witcher. I thought The Witcher was trash. I'm probably gonna get shot down in the streets for that. But I thought the combat system was so sluggish that
For legal reasons, is that why you blocked out your last name? Because you don't want to get shot down in the streets?
Oh, we're just here for Talari East. They can hit me up on there. They can know about the strong magic folk.
we'll let you plug that at the end.
Well, we'll plug. We'll plug.
Wait,
But
weird question, but have you ever? Sorry, real quick. Have you ever heard of a channel called Zero Lenny?
I do know Zero Lenny. He's one of my favorite streamers.
Oh, I fucking love watching his. I love watching his broken sword runs. Those are so great.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
he's one of the guys. He's a guy who actually. That's funny you mentioned. He's the guy he fucking loves Dark Souls 2. He said so much hellish bullshit every time he opens up that game. I think he just has Stockholm syndrome at this point. But he loves
right?
he loves Dark Souls 2.
So, when you said that there's a lot of different strategies, a lot of different like ways to go about it, the level of hardness, are you comparing that with like say, like what other games have you played in order to compare that to? It's not a first-person shooter where it's meant to be an online thing.
Sure.
Very much like a storyline. So I can't really compare that, or I shouldn't say that we should compare that to something like Call of Duty, which is all built around online.
Of course, I love whipping out my AK-47 against the dragon on the bridge of Dark Souls.
But you get what I'm saying.
I do.
I mean, if you know how to mod, you can do that.
What's funny is, and this is a little known secret, that in Dark Souls 1 there is because Miyazaki was a little bored at one point, or one of the programmers was a little bored. There is a like M4, like an assault rifle in the code of Dark Souls 1, and with some digging, you can equip it to your dude, and you can have a gun in Dark Souls. It's hysterical, and he was just doing it to be like, I wonder if we could, and you could.
Yeah, that's great.
It's very silly. I must say. But
I mean, because sorry.
No, please.
I was gonna say, have you ever tried Monster Hunter World?
I have. I've played those grindy games, and I think I can appreciate Monster Hunter for its combat style because it is a little Souls-esque, but the grindiness of it is usually what turns me off. Like
I mean, I would have.
like you have to put like way too many hours in there to be like effective, in my opinion.
If you could see my face when you said that, the combat is Souls like, sir. I want you to understand that Souls is Monster Hunter like.
Whoa! Let's take a look. Let's use ye old Google Images. No, I'm just kidding. When did the first Monster Hunter come out?
First?
Yeah.
2004, Monster Hunter 1, Japan.
No way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't believe it.
I had it
2004. Yeah, you beat me to it.
I had it May of 2005 because it came out a year later around my birthday.
And let me tell you, that was some ass fucking combat system. It was great because like no other game at the time was like it. But,
Sure.
Oh my god!
Okay, you want to know how weird you want to know how different the combat system was? You used the analog control stick to use the sword. The right analog control stick was how you used the sword. It wasn't button based. Yeah,
sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Just like Souls.
Yep, it was the first one was the first one was very much a get good scrub quick game.
Yeah, like that. That's the first Souls in my opinion.
Unless you had a Strat, like I had to get the Strat guide to figure out how to do certain things because, like, unless you sat there and actually read through everything in the game, it won't tell you how to do certain things. Like fishing, I had no idea how to do fish. Like the fishing to just get one quest, no idea how to do it until I had to go to Strat guide. Yeah. I miss Strat guide. Can I say I miss Strat guides?
You can't. The game corporations will come to your IP address and take your legs with them.
No. He's allowed to. I'm all for it.
Especially the ones that would come with like some art in the back, so you could really appreciate what's going on too.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's a little sad.
Goddamn fucking love.
That's true.
But I want to say that after Monster Hunter 1, it improved so vastly for user interface.
Quality of life, yeah, it goes.
Oh my God.
We appreciate when game companies listen the fuck up.
But Monster Hunter 1 was so fucking hard.
Dude, it was like I gave up after I think it was the Yankaku. I gave up. Yeah.
Just to put that into perspective, that's not even like an entry level boss.
That's the second large monster you fight. The second one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave up after the second large monster, and there was like 20 of them in that game, I think. At
30.
least. Am I 30? Was it 30? Yeah.
36. But that just goes to show you how addictive and how different and how pretty it was.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure enough people were drawn to it.
Absolutely destroyed and went on to Monster Hunter #2. Like,
yep.
Anyway, but
so I'm shocked that you have Bloodborne so high.
So like I said, the intro to the game series for me was Dark Souls, right? And Dark Souls, from what we've evolved to Elden Ring, it's a lot slower. The combat pace is just factually slower. You have to sword and board it for a lot of fighting. Like you have to put a shield up, wait for the right opening, maybe roll in the right way, dodge at the right time, what have you. But the whole point is that it's a lot more waiting and watching. Where when you get to Dark Souls 2, and just for a quick history, Dark Souls 1 into Dark Souls 2 took a long time. Miyazaki wanted to work on his own personal project, which eventually evolved into Bloodborne, and the owners of the company or what have you were just like, no, we demand a new Souls title. What you got? And he's like, I'm fucking busy right now. I'm making Bloodborne the crown jewel of my love. Here's Dark Souls 2. The B team made this. Good luck. And it was trash. Again, in comparison to the other Souls titles.
So to put it into perspective, Dark Souls 1 was 2011. Dark Souls 2 was 2014.
Yep,
Dark
3
Souls
years later.
2, Scholar of the First Sin, 2015, along with Bloodborne.
Yep.
And
By 2015, at that point, he had completed Bloodborne and realized how fucking bad Dark Souls 2 was, and was like, "All right, let's clean this up a little bit. Let's put a little spit and touch on this." And but so there's this thing. I call it the Souls equation, right? Let's say Dark Souls 1. You have rolling, you have blocking, you have parrying, you have attacking, right? Like you have these very like normal game actions. When you get to Dark Souls 2, things get a little bit better. The gameplay becomes a little shittier because they tried to introduce like adaptability, which was essentially how fast can you move. They made a stat for how fast are you able to react and move. It was the worst thing they've ever done. You had to get that bitch to like 30 or 40 before you actually felt like a normal human being again from like say Dark Souls 1. However, they introduced like a little bit of what I would call like boss phases. Like the more you beat the shit out of the boss, the stronger or more different it does things. And something called like power stancing, which was if you had two weapons of the same type, you would like rock them both at the same time, and like they would swing in unison, which at the time was like huge. No one's ever like that had never been done before. And it's like these little bits that just like added on to the Souls formula just to make it a little bit better. But those two games, Dark Souls 1 and 2, they were a lot slower paced, especially with the adaptability bullshit in Dark Souls 2. It was factually slower. And then we get woken up by furry dreams and screaming aliens, and we get Bloodborne. And this game does not have shields. There is one shield in the whole game, or there's two once the DLC drops. But there's one one shield in the whole game, and it literally says, "You're a fucking idiot if you pick this up." It says it in the item description. Only a fool would be so silly to pick this up.
Really?
I'm serious. And Bloodborne 1, for all faults that it had, added a lot more shit. It went deeper on boss phases. Now some bosses would have 3 phases, like where it's like, oh, okay, I can get through this. Now there's a whole nother version of it I have to fight, then an even more version I have to fight. It got crazy. Then
There's
we
a
get,
second Bloodborne?
No, with phases, with boss phases. Like the more you beat up a boss, it would get like crazier, more strong, more different like move sets and what have you.
I'm sorry. I thought you said there was a I thought when you said like Bloodborne 1,
yeah.
I didn't know if there was.
Speak. It's fine.
I didn't know if they. I was like, wait, when did they put out a second Bloodborne?
People are begging. But there's like now. Oh, and then there's like charge attacks, which is like you hold your heavy attack long enough. Now you're doing this like super damaging, heavy blunt force trauma attack. Where you're just putting
kind of losing each other a little bit.
Me?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting choppy.
Sorry, I lost you guys a little bit. Did you guys?
Why would you choose to do that?
Still there, Jack?
Yeah.
But again, when we get to Bloodborne,
I'm sorry, what?
It's a lot more faster paced. It's like
Jack?
get in there.
Yeah, we're here. Hold on, Trent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we got this.
No, you're good.
Sorry, I lost the Wi-Fi. I'm back down to 5G. I'm sorry.
Let's go. Well, he's alive. That's all we can be happy for. But I guess we can be happier for more things. Oh no, it looks like he's out again.
Yeah, nope. It's all right. Hey, there he is.
Okay, sorry. I lost the last couple of moments with the whatever he was saying there.
Don't worry, don't have to listen to anything Trent says. That's the thing everyone knows. But but for the sake of Bloodborne, boss phases, charge attacks, there's something in the game called rally, which is like if you get hit, right? Normally in like say Dark Souls 1, you get hit, you just lose like X amount of your health. And you got to heal yourself at some point to get that back. In Bloodborne, they changed that to something called rally potential, which is whatever amount you just got hit for, there'll be a new bar on where your health was. And if you, while that bar is still active, get back into combat and start swinging and start like going at it, you can gain that health back. So now all of a sudden you're like forced to be way more combat inclined. You want to get back in there. I don't give a shit if I almost just got one shot. I can get all that back if I move my ass fast enough. And like the whole combat system is flipped on its head from where everyone is used to sword and boarding the whole time. Now you just got to slice, dice, and dodge at the right time.
So you see, Monster Hunter actually kind of has something similar to that, where when you get a hit with an attack, what happens is you get a permanent chunk of your health taken off, and you get a partial chunk, which is red to the
Oh,
green.
okay.
And as time goes on, that green regenerates itself back to full from the red, so long as you don't get hit again.
Oh,
It
we
does.
don't have
You
no
don't have to.
regeneration up in this bitch.
You don't have to keep. You don't have to keep attacking, but so long as you're not getting hit, it's going to come back to your health. So it's similar to that, but it's not like you have to go
See,
instantly right back
I
into.
I don't really agree
It,
with you. I think it's completely different in the mindset of the way you're going to play the game because with what you're telling me, it kind of asks you to stand back a little bit. It wants you to like take a step back, wait for a right opening, and gain your health back. In
No. It's
Bloodborne,
not that quick.
they want you to get right
it's
the
not
fuck
that
back in
quick.
there. Well,
It's not that
my,
quick.
my
and
point is
not
that
getting
you
your
have
health
to
back.
stand back for a while to get your health back. Whereas in Bloodborne, they
Uh,
want you to get right back in there. They want you to start slapping as much as you can, as fast as you can. We don't care if you just lost half your health. Get back in there, you can gain it back. And
with me with me with the charge blade, I'm already even if I get hit, I'm already right back in that stupid bitch.
well, that's fantastic.
I
That's good. That's not a bad way to be, of course.
I
But
believe the
I
phrase is always be pushing.
always be
I
pushing.
I
That's right.
I raffle combo the shit with the because I know how to do the because with every monster hunter weapon, if you know what you're doing, you could do an almost semi infinite combo loop with your weapon.
Oh,
So as long as you keep hitting the right button combinations, you can keep swinging your weapon, uh, more or less if you know what you're doing. So with
Honestly,
me
I
with
like
that
the
with the
fact that
charge
we're
blade,
I like the fact that we're able to find a comparison between Monster Hunter, which is almost kind of akin to like a weird Pokemon Souls like, but also not. It's like extra fucking grindy and actual Souls.
well, I mean, you aren't really collecting monsters in Monster Hunter, more collecting their parts to make armor and
You are
weapons for them and your cat.
for
But
sure.
yeah,
For
you're
sure.
still technically collecting stuff and fighting them for it.
I don't know. I don't
But
really a very other good
so
analogy.
my quick question: what is your thoughts on the constant roll meme for those games?
Yeah.
The what? Excuse me.
You know, the you roll around constantly to keep dodging meme
Oh, yeah,
with
that's
the.
correct. Yeah, sometimes you gotta shake your ass out of the way. It happens more often than you think. You just gotta fucking shuffle those cheeks.
That
Like,
happens if you're a gunner in fucking Monster Hunter, bro.
Yeah. The gunner armor was originally weaker defense wise because you're not supposed to be as close to get hit. That being said, some of them also had shields on. Some of the had the heavy ones you could also add shields onto later on to help
mm,
mitigate damage. But whatever.
So Trentopus,
oh yes,
is Souls like your favorite genre?
100%. That's not even a question. I enjoy shooters. I'm cool with strategy games. I don't mind most games just for the sake of trying something new. But like if I have nothing better to do and I just have time and want to beat some things up, Soulsborne games are right there, like hands down. There's nothing like swinging a big asshole sword at a monster 4 times your size.
Hmm.
I mean, I love me some giant, unnecessary, silly looking swords.
Yep.
What's your
Yep.
opinion on Shadow of Colossus?
Never played, never played personally, but I do know a fair amount of it is it's pretty good. It's really not a bad time. It's I've seen some videos of like gameplay and I can definitely see the enjoyment of it, but for the sake of it was mostly a PS exclusive, I never had the chance to try it out.
Yeah.
I
But
mostly know that game from the Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, that happened. Ran
the
over me.
the what?
So Adam, okay, so we're gonna go.
Tangent
Quick stumble here.
time.
Adam Sandler did a movie with Don Cheadle in I think it was like '07,
Mhm.
'08.
Somewhere along those lines, yeah.
I just know that
And
it was '09, and it was based off of a man recovering from not recovering, a man dealing with PTSD
Okay,
from
okay.
losing his family during 9/11.
Christ, okay. So,
And Don Cheadle
Jesus.
plays Adam Sandler's former college roommate who like
Okay.
finds him randomly in New York City.
Mm.
And Adam Sandler is, you know, very, very grief stricken. He's repainting his kitchen every single month because that's what they were planning on doing when they got back from the vacation, the mother and the daughter.
Damn.
Because that's who he lost during 9/11.
Right.
I'm
And-
sorry. Wait, are you spoiling the movie? Because was that at the beginning or the end? You learned this. I'm trying to remember.
I don't
You
know.
might be spoiling.
Oh, I could give a
07.
flying fuck about spoilers. Give it to me, baby.
Yeah, it came out in 07. It's enough fucking time. I've mentioned it a couple
Absolutely.
On
If
this
you don't know
Anyway.
about this movie that only Jackson knows about, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, right?
Anyway, so you were saying, Jackson. I'm sorry.
So one of the things that he does is he plays Shadow of the Colossus numerous times, and Don Cheadle helps him beat it, I believe. But it's just
Okay.
like, well, I mean, he's like I said, he was a college roommate of his that was helping
Sure.
his buddy recover from PTSD over something
Of course.
absolutely fucking tragic.
What better place to get down than screaming at a few giant monsters, right?
I mean,
I mean, I don't know if
games-
that's a screaming game, but okay.
games can be therapeutic, and Shadow of the Colossus is very pretty.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
no question.
If I remember correct, he was mostly just very pretty for PlayStation 2. But if I remember correct, he was mostly just like enjoying the scenery and going through different things. He wasn't actually like trying to beat the game. He just wanted to feel comfort in a video game that like he was playing with his kid or something like that, and just
Sure,
going
sure.
through the world. Because it's very open world, very expanse. There's
Yep.
the 7 colossi or whatever it is offhand. I can't remember.
Colossusy. Colossusy.
I just can't remember the number. And
Fair.
they don't really give you a description of which one you have to go to first. It's kind of like the Souls, where they just go, "Here you go, you're in a world. Don't die.
Sword, good luck.
Yep, bye-bye."
I think that's whole. I think that's.
Bonfire good? Bonfire good?
Bonfire, good.
But it's on the other side of the map. Yeah, bonfire good. How do I get there?
Bonfire, good.
You have horse.
No.
That's-
In Dark Souls, they did not have horse.
Oh no, we didn't get a horse till Elden Ring. Fast travel after like we got halfway through the game with like something called the Lord Vessel. That was the first time we actually got some kind of proper travel. Otherwise, it was good luck everybody else.
Yeah, it was bonfire good. Bonfire good? Bonfire good! Okay, bonfire good.
Which is one thing that they updated in from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 2. They wound up like in Dark Souls 1, in order to have fast travel, you need to have this item called the Lord Vessel, and that you only get about like 50% away through the game. But in Dark Souls 2 and Phenon, they just have automatic like teleport capabilities. Which
Oh,
is
okay.
just appreciated. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, that's always appreciated.
Mode. That's fucking easy mode. I don't
Having played the first Assassin's Creed game, I can tell you fast travel is appreciated.
It's very appreciated.
You ever play the first Assassin's Creed game for a while?
I have. It was okay.
So
I think
Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 2 came out, more specifically Assassin's Creed 2, Uncharted 2, they came out in the same year, around the same year, Batman Arkham Asylum as Demon Souls. And like, if you've ever played those games, you know that they kind of like push you along the story, just like how I used to love Ratchet and Clank.
They kind of hold your hand, absolutely.
Push you along the story. Here's where you have to go. Here's the map. Can I go over there? No, you can't go over there, honey. Can I go over here? No, you can't go over here, honey.
I mean, Assassin's Creed was a little bit more free.
Sure, but they have like icons on maps of like, this is your target.
Yep.
Where the next-
Again, like you have a guideline. You have something to tell you. This is the direction, pussy fart. Let's get moving.
Yeah, it seems like it was like the 3 kind of major assassination mission types, and then they give you like, you can do this one, this one, this one in any order you want, and then it's just the next set, and you have to do it like 3 or 4 times. I think that was kind of the big grind set with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? The Altair's famous sword, the one everybody knows, that's not even his final, most powerful sword in that original game.
Is it the Spear of Leonidas?
No, it's it's a gold-hilted scimitar, like a Shimashir type sword.
Scimitar? Question mark.
Yeah, like it has a gold hilt and a curved blade. It's like a tulwar or a scimitar. It's
Sure.
it's a But yeah, that's not the final sword in the first Assassin's Creed game. The one everybody knows that you get from Assassin's Creed 2. That's Altair's sword with the kind of eagle-y looking handle. Yeah.
We love eagle
So-
handle things.
Yes, the eagle.
But yeah, just interesting how that kind of works. That the most famous sword from the game isn't even the most powerful technically,
Sounds about right.
or
Correct.
wasn't. Yeah. I don't know. Just
You never reveal your big game until.
Did you ever go back? I know that you said that you went back and played Demon Souls, but have you ever played the Armored Core or the Kingsfield games? Or
Oh, so
Extreme?
the
My
Kingsfield
love-
games I have to
my
like
love-
torrent on my computer, and I just like don't want. Maybe I don't know exactly what to be downloading, so I've never taken the chance to go check them out. As far as
you're one of
Armored
those
Core
Steam
goes-
guys.
Oh yeah, big Steam guy. But in Armored Core or for Armored Core, I didn't even know about Armored Core until about maybe 2 years ago when Vadi Vidya, another huge Souls streamer and like content creator, was like, "Hey guys, there's a really good chance we're gonna get a new Armored Core soon, so I'm gonna put out a 2-hour long video about all the Armored Cores that have ever existed," and it
That's
was
a big beetle.
it was beautiful. Kiss it, it might turn into a princess. But but
You dumb.
good job. But shit, you got me good with that one. But I didn't know about it until I watched like that 2-hour video. You know, washing the dishes, making dinner, cleaning my room. Like I spent like the 2 hours getting through that whole video, and I was like, okay, this is the coolest fucking series I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm a huge mecha fan. Mecha anime, mecha video games. I am down to down.
I did not realize you were a big mech guy.
I am. In
Oh,
fact,
I'm a big mech guy myself too. What's your favorite Gundam?
Well, so the Gundams I don't know enough about. I'll admit that. But the classic one, I remember being a kid and having the like the regular ass Gundam. I couldn't tell you what the model is called. And
The RX-78-2.
Sure, I believe you. And having that as like a little like toy when I was like maybe 10 years old, and I was like, this is badass. I don't know what the hell this is from, and this is just freaking awesome.
I mean, it's either the RX-78-2 or, given the time and place, possibly the Wing Gundam or Wing Zero.
Valid. Now the only like mech animes that like I really delved into were Gurren Lagann and Evangelion.
It's
Those are
on and Gurren Lagann. Excuse me, sir.
I'm gonna have to ask you to take your phlegm and shove it up my ass. Wait.
Don't make me eat
So-
that.
those are two very. Those are technically more super robots. Mecha. I would consider them.
Trent, I want to know what you started.
I'm gonna cut off your Wi-Fi again. I actually have a lag switch for wherever your location is.
It's the DDoS.
We're gonna DDoS D.
I mean, they're both very much opposite ends of a very similar spectrum in terms of mecha. Like one's goofy, the other's serious, but they're both kind of ridiculous when it comes to their mechs, but for different reasons.
They're definitely a little more dramatized, but for the sake of enjoying giant monsters having a good time, that's really all I'm here for.
Oh, I mean, I love giant robots. Chicks dig giant robots. You love giant robots.
Who's next?
Anybody get that reference?
He, she,
No?
giant robots.
I want to say that bitches love cannons.
No, I was doing Megas XLR.
Yeah.
I think that's part of my D&D campaign right now. We're actually playing something called Megas XLR, I think.
Wait, what?
Are you?
I'm serious.
Wait,
That's a
is it a giant? Do you know Megas XLR? It was an American mecha show, and it was like the main character looked just like Guy Fieri and Jack Black or something mixed, and he had the robot's head was a muscle car.
No, I have no idea what that is. Me and Jackson's mutual friend Tyler, we usually have a D&D group together, and we were like, hey, we just finished D&D. I had a beautiful 2-year-long campaign. It finally came to a campaign. It kind of came to a good closing, and we're like, hey, let's do something a little different that's not D&D, and he wound up bringing this thing called, I'm pretty sure called Magus XLR, and it's all about, you're a mecha man. Good luck.
So
Very
yeah,
fun.
when you get off here, go look up Megas XLR, the cartoon,
Sure.
and maybe watch some clips, watch the intro because the intro's fun, but it's a Cartoon Network show and it's a bit of a good rabbit hole.
Interesting.
It's
Well, I do love a good rabbit hole.
It's very almost Toonami-esque.
Oh, we love
You know what? It also has a lot of, if you pay attention, it has also a lot of like references and call outs to other stuff too. Like the guys who make it are very much nerds themselves, so they do like a lot of like in jokes and call outs and stuff and like homages and everything. So it's a good. I think it only lasted like one season or something like that, but it was a good show. It's like it was also like the other one they. No, I'd say that's a different show, but similar. I was gonna say Symbiotic Titan if anybody remembers that one.
Oh, my brain just twitched when you said that, but I couldn't.
You probably you heard. You heard. Okay, you know what? You know what it might be. It might be you heard that, then all of a sudden your brain clicked to that girl doing the dance. You ever see the animation of like it was a redheaded girl and she does that real seductive dance to like the big blocky nerd dude?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's in Symbiotic Titan. Yeah.
Very good show.
If you saw that clip, that's Symbiotic Titan, and that's the one. That's the one thing that everybody remembers from the show is that one girl trying to seduce the robot character, so he could do her homework or whatever.
It's art, Mom.
But yeah, I can't believe that was in a.
Did you guys know that George R.R. Martin helped write Elden Ring?
I sure did. He, I'm pretty sure.
Anything to avoid winds of winter. Sorry.
Yeah, he came to Miyazaki and was like, "Oh no!" Miyazaki came to George and was like, "Hey, I need lore for a video game. What you got?"
So first off, you got to kill everybody. Second,
It's got to
dies.
be really
kill those
sad.
guys too.
How do you feel about weddings?
How do you feel about a lot of weddings and a lot of death?
What's your favorite color, and how do you feel about weddings?
Don't worry, there are plenty of bloody relationships in Elden Ring. Plenty.
I mean, isn't there like I think in Bloodborne like the final boss is supposed to be like a fetus or some shit? Technically, or something like that, or am I?
You have to eat dead fetuses to see the final boss.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
How is that better?
That's right. You have to consume 3 umbilical cords in order to trigger a cutscene at the end of the game, or the end of like what is the normal final boss, and you get to see what's called the moon presence, and a big essential alien comes down from the moon being like, "Fuck you, buddy, you know too much, now you have to die," and then you beat God.
Wait, they did a Naruto?
No, Naruto did a Bloodborne.
Weird out of context spoilers for Naruto.
I feel like Naruto finished before Bloodborne.
It's possible.
I don't know, and I don't care to look it up.
That's facts.
All I know is that the next manga he did was weirdly batshit.
I care to look it up. I'm just too lazy.
If you ever want to go down see a weird manga, his next manga, Samurai 8, was just what the fuck is going on here? He was really trying to do some hardcore sci-fi stuff.
2017 is when Naruto finished.
No, that's the anime.
Oh, well, sure. Let's see.
Manga finished, I want to say 2015. I might be misremembering.
2014.
Yeah, okay. Then
Naruto did it first.
This bitch came out in 1999?
Yes.
I did not know Naruto was such an old anime. Are you fucking kidding me?
To quote South Park, Diddy did it.
Simpsons did it.
Nope.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons reference. Hey. But
Didn't predict it. It's not going to happen.
well, I mean, technically, Japanese folklore did that first too, because that's the whole Princess Kaguya thing. So
We do love
whatever.
princesses named Kaguya.
That was a cute anime. I like that. If you've ever seen that one,
Which
No.
one?
Princess Kaguya, the anime. It looks like it's all like watercolored or whatever.
What I will
Honestly-
say, we stumbled too far.
We're still partially on topic.
We're still on topic. So, what is next for the Blood-like series?
the blood. The blood-like series. There was some.
I mean, this is talk of Bloodborne 2, Dark Souls 4.
Yeah,
Demon
yeah.
Souls
There's always
2,
whisperings
Elden
on the
Ring.
internet.
I know
The-
that Elden Ring just released a new DLC.
For sure, but you know how
And
Miyazaki
by
is,
just
especially with
released, I
like
mean a week
Bloodborne and
ago.
Dark Souls 2 existing. He's always waiting for his next step. And there was whispers that he's going to be coming out with a new game where it's just magic based. Where like Sekiro was just focused on the way of the blade. This one's going to be strictly focused on magic and what have you.
I heard that in Elden Ring, the magic path is very, very easy.
Oh, that's the Souls games across the board. You pick up magic. You there's your easy mode for all the whiny babies who play Dark Souls. You get to use. You get to shoot bazooka cannons at anything that's in your path. You got to stand there and go laser beam.
Well, I mean, everybody knows that the best way to kill something is over there.
correct.
The best way to kill something is overkill. Sure.
That's also
That's
true.
also true. That is very true.
There's
There's
an
no
overkill
kill.
function in Dark Souls 1, where if you overkill your enemy, you get 10% more souls.
That's almost like how you get ammo for using a chainsaw in Doom.
True. We love
I think.
big Doom enjoyers.
Big B.
Oh,
What's your opinion on The Rock then?
The who like Dwayne the Rock?
Yeah, in Doom.
he's talking about the movie.
Oh God.
What's your
And
opinion?
well, it was a fine enough movie, I guess. That movie actually has like a weird place in my heart because I was a little. When did that movie come out? Let me take a look.
You were a little lad.
I was
I
a
have-
littler lad.
Okay, there's two things I have to appreciate about that movie. One, The Rock being an actual villain, which is always a rarity.
2005.
2005, which means I would have been like 8 or 9. So
You're just a baby.
yeah, so like I knew about like Doom as it was because I played a lot of Wolfenstein on the PC, and Wolfenstein only
Yeah.
existed because of Doom. So my mom was like, "Hey, fuck it, your brother's not home tonight. Let's watch a movie together. I know all about Doom." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, mom, sounds great." So we're watching this Doom, and like it got like halfway through the movie, shit's starting to finally go crazy, and we had a raccoon trap on our roof, for obvious reasons. It was catching raccoons trying to get into our little like crawl space.
Yeah, it traps raccoons, as is the
Exactly. Exactly. And we're laying there, and shit's finally going down. And as like the scene is breaking and people are screaming, you just hear like fucking giant crashing sounds freaking out all around the fucking ceiling. And I'm like, yo, I'm fucking 8 or 9. I start freaking the fuck out. I'm like, holy shit, what's going on? And my mom's like, oh my god, this movie is crazy. Why am I letting you watch this? But it turned out we like took a breath and was like, oh, that's coming from the roof. All right, let's pause the movie and see what's happening. And, it caught a raccoon. But that movie just has a funny little spot in my heart because I was like, that was one of the first movies that like actually got me to like jump a little bit, and it wasn't even because of the movie.
I mean, the
Absolutely
first
silly.
person sequence is also hard. Also went really hard too.
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
It's got a solid first person.
That's where all the that's where all the
That's
budget
where
went.
That's where they actually made it a Doom movie, and he like does the chainsaw to the wheelchair guy and shit. Yeah. But have you ever seen Hardcore Henry?
Oh god.
Oh yeah, goofy, very goofy.
Unique.
I
Say unique.
It's if you can't do motion, like if you can't do like motion, like unsteady cam in a film, don't watch that. You'll get sick. But if you're fine with like motion sickness and stuff when you're watching things, that's a great film to watch. It's all in first person.
I 100% thought you were just going to stop at if you can't do motion. I was going to say just die.
Because it's all in first person, so you have to like deal with like first person perspective and shit and everything. And I mean, it's got titties. The British guy fucking he does great in that film. The British Nathan guy, the actor for that, he goes pretty good. The bad guy wasn't bad. So
I heard the bad guy was really bad.
I meant he wasn't the guy playing the bad guy and the actual like antagonist. Like they weren't.
Does he have a double barrel gun? It's more entertaining than a single barrel.
It's true. It's true. That's just
It was very hard to make. Very hard to make.
Thank you.
My name it's Danny Crystal. I sell crystal meth. They call me Crystal Clear. Or no, my name is Danny Clear. I sell crystal meth. They call me Crystal Clear.
Jesus.
He
You ever seen
the reference?
that's one of my low key top 20 films. So
That's in your top 20 gross.
as a fan of the source material, fuck off. Like
I like anyone that tells Jackson to fuck off. You're good in my books, buddy.
Dude, my dream car is the '66 Chrysler Imperial.
Yes, I am
Like-
aware.
That's a solid choice. That's a solid choice.
If you haven't picked up on what we're referencing, it's Green Hornet, by the way.
I
Green
sure
Hornet is like one of the-
didn't, and I
yeah.
sure am happy to know.
Yeah, the Green Hornet movie with Seth Rogen.
To be fair,
Oh,
Black
that's been
Beauty
a
is
minute
very
since I've seen
pretty.
that. That's been a
What?
minute.
To be fair, Black Beauty is very pretty. There's a reason.
I
it's called
fucking-
Beauty.
Yeah, like the Black Beauty is like, if I had like lottery money and unlimited budget, I want like, I think you're the Jeep Wrangler, right?
No.
Oh, the Mountaineer. I'm sorry.
Also, no.
Really?
He's
None of the
store-
Jurassic.
He's the store brand cop car. Come on.
Whoa!
I'm talking about like.
It's
I mean, come on, like, what's your dream car per se, like from a movie or whatever?
I wouldn't
You
say
know.
from a movie. My dream car though is a Camaro Z28.
Okay, that's perfectly
That's I'm not much of a car guy, if I'm being honest, but that's one car that's like, oh, mwah,
But what
beautiful.
year Z28?
I think it's the same one as my mom's. I think it was a 90.
I just want you to know I'm judging you internally now.
I don't give a flying shillelagh.
That's fine. You're allowed to open shillelaghs.
Yeah.
I don't start judging people internally until I ask them what their favorite Pokemon is. For those who get that old joke,
Dragonair, but I'm with it.
that's a reference to another episode kind of joke there.
I just sent you a picture of the Black Beauty, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's a pretty girl. I like it.
But that's also a heavily modified version of said car too.
Sure.
The roof's lowered, the body's lowered, the front end's completely changed out, different tires. I think there's some work to the back too in terms of the body. Like it's almost a different car, kind of, but not,
But not.
Yeah. That being said, if I could blank check it, it's what I want.
Valid.
I would say the Aston Martin DB5 is up there. The James Bond from Sean Connery James Bond gun. Car.
Right.
I would say now technically any of the Shelby Cobras because Ford versus Ferrari that could make it in. I love me a good Shelby Cobra.
Nothing wrong with that. Shelby Cobras are great cars. I love me a good Shelby Cobra too.
It's purdy.
I love how the non-car guys just agreeing just to say.
I'm looking them up. It's nice.
I know, I'm teasing.
As you should, because like I said, I am not a car guy. I don't know shit about cars.
I'd also love to do one of those body kits to take like a Corvette or whatever and turn it into a Mach 5. You ever seen one of those kits before? I'd do one of those.
You're gross.
What? It's a cool looking thing. I don't know. Hell, my dream gun is the Jericho from one of my dream guns is the Jericho from Cowboy Bebop for shits and giggles.
Oh, mine's the big fucking gun from Doom. Who
I
doesn't
mean,
appreciate a little BFG in their life?
I want to say I feel like we've extended past our time limit with Trent.
I hadn't even know. I haven't gotten yelled at, so
Okay, so we can keep going.
as far as I can tell, I guess so.
Sweet.
we go until we get yelled at.
Pretty much. So back to Dark Souls, please.
Please, yeah, we stumbled.
Oh, we love stumbling. So I'm actually
He's taken up. I love this.
a lot of my friends, they got the DLC, and a lot of them started messaging me, being like, "Holy shit, this is a nightmare! Elden Ring DLC is kicking my ass. I can't even get past the first area. What the fuck am I supposed to do?" They're losing their minds. I walked in, accidentally found a boss I should not have been fighting. He was like the Knight of Solitude or some shit like that. He's literally just a dude in a hole in the ground. And I walked in, and it was like he was able to two-shot me. Like, normal sized guy, other enemy in the game, he was able to two-shot me because in this DLC there's something called the Skidoo blessing, which is shards of the tree of the realm.
Did
And
you
you
just
have
fucking Blue's Clues reference me? Blue's
no
Clues?
no blue Skidoo. No, it's actually called like a shadow shard, but like the way it's spelled, and being a filthy white American, it looks like Skidoo. So
Okay.
you have to get a lot of these shards just to be able to go like even Steven with a lot of the enemies, let alone bosses in the DLC. And I didn't know that when I first walked in, and I wound up getting my ass kicked the first time seeing him, and I was like, all right, fine, we'll just beat his ass. And we did it on the second try, so I didn't think anything was wrong. I was like, oh, fuck it, I guess this is supposed to be really hard. I don't really give a flying fuck. It took me like another like hour and a half to 2 hours in the DLC to finally be like, and all my friends complaining to me to be like, oh, there's supposed to be like a specific buff I'm supposed to put on me to make things easier. Cool. Average Dark Souls moment. You want to make things harder on yourself just because you can.
Yeah. I mean,
Just because you can.
I've seen the little joke animation going around for the DLC. It's like, I'm on game 7++. What this DLC is going to be nothing. Walks through the DLC. Hello, how are you? Like a little kid or whatever, like baby voice.
Yep. And then just plug them. It's one hell of a DLC. And I kind of soared through it. One of my buddies, Dennis, he's I would say he's someone definitely on like the same level as me as like goodness at the game. And he wound up getting up to a few bosses that I was having a hard time with, and we were talking about it. And he was like, "Oh my god, I don't know what to do. What the hell?" And it was really just fun to like corroborate about like how hard this nonsense has been. Like, Miyazaki has outdone himself. Like, yes, the difficulty is there, but at least it's fun to be difficult with. And now I've officially, after steamrolling past my friend, like I obliterated the DLC as far as what it had to offer, and now I'm hard stuck on the final boss.
again.
He's a hard piece of shit. He's got a really obnoxious moveset. He has a few one-shot kills. He has a grab that can just stun lock you. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild, and I love it. I love the abuse. If you can hear me, Mr. Miyazaki, please continue to abuse me. I'm definitely not crazy in the head.
I got obliterated. I was playing Monster Hunter twice last night, and I got obliterated by 2 different one-shot kills by accident.
Yep.
Totally I was in the zone doing my thing with just comboing motherfucker, and all of a sudden, so like, oh, here we go. Ah, fuck! I forgot about that. Ow!
Yep. That's intense.
Damn you, Nergigante.
But I will say I'm not sure what they're gonna do next. A lot of people are hoping that they drop like one more DLC just to like tie up a few loose ends. But Miyazaki has explicitly said that he's not trying to do another DLC.
Specifically for Elden Ring?
Specifically for Elden Ring.
Gotcha.
Which, like, who knows? It might happen, it might not. Only time will tell. Bloodborne port PC would be appreciated. Bloodborne 2 would be really cool. Dark Souls 4. Honestly, I think Dark Souls is nicely wrapped up. I think
Wait.
What about Sekiro?
Sekiro could definitely have a second one, but I also think that game was kind of like well wrapped. I really do.
I mean, I think
you
Neo was had a
you
second
want
game.
Attack you want Attack with Planet 9?
What the hell is that?
Just like some random off-kilter new fucking world.
Oh.
Like
I mean,
like a complete
everything,
shake
like
up to
something new.
everything.
Yeah, just something
Yeah,
new.
so we were expecting at one point when we were still waiting for Bloodborne to drop. Me and my friend were talking about how it would be really cool if like a futuristic Soulsborne dropped, like something with like laser swords and laser like what have you, like anything that's like cyberpunky even. And there was a game that dropped in the meantime. Oh, what the hell is it called? That was like it was almost exactly like that. Let's see if I can use the internet.
Google bot.
Yeah.
game. Wait, the cyberpunk sci-fi game? Are you talking about
Cyberpunk 2077? No, he's not talking about that.
No. That one that's like the space version of Fallout or whatever it was.
Mass Effect?
Star. No,
Not
Star. Yeah, Star.
No,
sorry,
not
Starfield.
Starfield. No, it's a Soulsborne. It's a Soulsborne.
Oh, have you seen that Crab Soulsborne?
Yes. Yeah. There's another guy I watch named Iron Pineapple who, again, great content creator. He does these thing called Steam dumpster dives, where he'll play anything that can be quote unquote a Soulsborne like esque game, and Crab Souls was just some of the goofiest shit I've ever seen.
I love how one of the shelves, because like Jackson, do you know about the Hermit Crab Soulsborne game?
Yes.
So it's like a Soulsborne game, but you play as like a hermit crab, and you have to like get. And literally, you get like different shells with different powers, and one of them is literally just a pistol. And it one shots everything too.
Another crab treasure.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Now, one of the better Souls likes that have come out in the past couple of years is something called Lies of P, which is out fucking standing, absolutely crazy in difficulty. But in this game, you're like Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Like a robot version of Pinocchio, and you're trying to get back to your dad, Geppetto.
Geppetto.
Yeah, and you just it is
Geppetto.
crazy hard. Oh, that's the name of it. Sorry, The Surge and The Surge 2, which is like you walk around in like a metal exosuit and you fight things. It's a Souls-like. It's another one. That's what we were expecting FromSoft to drop, and they just never did. And then we got Bloodborne, and then we were like, oh, okay, this is just way better than we thought.
I mean, that new Space Marine game's looking like it kind of might be almost like having that Soulsborne-esque feel to it in terms of combat, but being sci-fi. I mean, it looks like it's a bit more shooter focused because Space Marines use guns, but it does seem to have like
chain swords and chain axes.
Yeah, and like other like power fists and gauntlets and stuff. But like, I'm saying, I mean, it's in terms of like a game where but I mean. Also, it seems like you're fighting Xenos this time, so I don't know.
Fair. I don't
whatever.
know much about Warhammer to give any kind of hefty opinion there. But
well, we got 2 perfectly good episodes for you. Sorry.
You can check out our episodes.
We've gotten people into Warhammer through our episodes. Unironically. Unfortunate souls that they are. Ye who watch us.
I have to say, if there's a thing that you care about, don't watch our episode on it. But if there's a thing that you want to learn about, watch our episode on it.
Heard. Great way to shill. Great way to shill.
Like if you're good at a thing that you are good at, don't watch our episode on it. If you want to learn about a thing and be interested in the thing that you want to learn about, watch our episode.
Especially so you can go and figure out what we got wrong because we're goobers who fuck shit up constantly.
We do love fucking shit up. True. Good stumbling. Nothing like.
I mean, sometimes we've just given outright out false information by accident.
I would.
Because that's what we thought.
I would never do that on the internet. Anything on the internet is true. I read it on a post.
Hey, we currently right now are on a disc on top of elephants on top of a turtle.
That's true.
You're
That is where we. That is where we are.
We are all part of the Sonic Chew lore.
We are all in this. We are the Sonic Chew multiverse.
disgusting.
Whoa.
Would you prefer the Fate multiverse? No? Okay.
No. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking to Jackson.
No. He was asking you.
That was a question for everybody. Would you prefer the Sonic Chew multiverse or the Fate multiverse?
Sonic.
Answer in the comments down below.
Answer in the comments. If it's not Sonic, I will find you and I will end you.
Yeah.
It's all the same metaverse. We all exist in our metaverses.
It's all ogre now. I'll go home now.
I mean, look.
Look, all I know is Shrek is love.
All I know, everything and all at once is happening in an autistic mind of a kid.
Hey, no. We have not canonically established that lore yet.
We haven't got. That's right. We haven't done the Tommy Westphal thing. We have to do that episode sooner or later.
You said Tommy Wiseau?
No, Tommy Westphal.
I did not hit her. I did not.
So,
hi, Mark.
okay, real quick side tangent. So,
no
there's this.
No.
What?
No spoilers.
I've already explained this more than once.
Not on camera.
Yes, I have.
I don't know about that.
I've explained this on camera before.
I don't know about
I've explained this a few times. It's one of my weird tangents.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
It's one of my favorite weird tangents.
Yeah, you are a tangent.
I mean, I have other
known
tangents.
Tangent.
But yeah, no. Just look up Tommy Westphal.
Sure.
Look it up when we do an episode on it.
Way more down.
Yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe. Get us to 250. I'll give out shirts. 500. We're gonna do a Pornhub through the looking ass. No. Go ahead. Chill this one, D. Go ahead. Chill it. Here's your chance.
I love explaining this joke and bit and future thing.
It is not a joke. It is canonical lore established.
I still have to actually set up the channel, but no. So I have a bunch of old Playboy issues and like Penthouse issues.
Sure.
And a bunch of them, I want to say 10-ish celebrity issues. Like the first one, the main one I kind of referenced was Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune. Which, by the way, Pat Sajak is retiring, so making that more, timely. Anyway, but when we get to 500 subscribers, we do the channel through the looking ass, and I will take the whole Playboy and review like the Playboys with like the celebrities, or I have Donald Trump's 1990 interview and everything, and I'll do like an episode, like a video on it where I go through like the whole thing, the articles and everything. But because it's Playboy, I have to put it on Pornhub.
That's true.
Or possibly Vimeo. We'll look into that one.
We'll get the team on it.
And
Diversify.
What are we doing at 1,000?
We're marrying random people. So if you want to get married, I will marry you at 1,000 subscribers.
Yep. We're gonna do
technically it's supposed to be Fody and Josh.
Yes, 1,000 subscriber live stream. We're gonna marry 2 people forcefully.
I would like to pass.
I want you. Hey, Trent, I need you to know. All right. I don't know if you saw our Assassin's Creed episode, but Superfan Charles was on that.
Oh.
Superfan Charles, he agreed. Yeah, I'll tell you who that is afterwards if you haven't seen it. Superfan Charles agreed at
2,500.
So 2,500 subscribers. He shook his hand on fucking camera. He's gonna get an Assassin's Creed emblem on his nipple tattooed.
That sounds like the worst place to put a tattoo.
No, it's great. Nothing at all about that.
Oh, and at 1,001, we give away a Lego Humvee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Throwing that one out there too. 1 million subscribers, we do a heist for Joe Rogan's sword. We're going to steal Joe Rogan's katana from the JRE studio at 1 million subscribers. We're doing a heist special.
I
The
think you're
history of heist.
Nicolas Cage for that.
Yep, we're going to get Nicolas Cage. We're going to do the history of heist movies, and we're going to steal Joe Rogan's katana and 1 million subscribers.
Oh, I see, Jackson. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Silvio's a great guy. I love that man.
So, Superfan Charles?
All right, fine. I'll get married to Silvio. That seems fine.
Superfan Charles?
That's our 1,250 subscriber goal. You two can
God, no.
unless you want to be the 1,000, you can be the 1,000. It's up to you.
Trust me, they're in no rush.
But yeah, so we got our stretch goals for the channel.
Good. No, it's awesome. I like memes aside. That is good to have that.
I mean, the Pornhub thing really isn't a meme. I'm going to do it, especially because if it gets because Pornhub will pay you money for videos, so
We
we will monetize ourselves one way or another. By fucking God.
Monetize history. Somebody's got to do it.
and we will actually have a marriage at 1,000 subscribers. I don't care if I have to pay people to do it. We will have
We will get this done.
I am a legally ordained minister. I can do this.
That's horrifying. He has too much power. Someone's got to stop this guy.
And anything I ever say about religion is technically correct.
And Superfan Charles did agree to it on camera. So it's meme stretch goals, but like all these are real stretch goals that we intend to carry through.
I mean, I think your friend is currently making that Humvee right now.
He's making a Humvee?
It's a Lego
Well,
Humvee at 1,001 subscribers. He wanted
I see.
he wanted to give towards the cause. He was on our Humvee episode and our Carol Shelby episode. Thank
Sure,
you,
sure.
shout out John, Legendary Motion, Long Island Humvee. You're a great guy. If you need anything done with your car, give him a call. Find him on Instagram.
Good show. Good show.
Yep. You're gonna get a chance to shill too. Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gathering my power.
Yeah. I can feel you frothing from here.
Oh, I'm frothy.
Yeah. Put it away. It's gross.
Who doesn't mind a little froth?
he's getting Ash Catch from Kingler frothy right now. That's a reference.
That's 2.5. Goodness me.
Anyway,
You know what? I feel like we successfully stumbled. Maybe we'll do a part 2. I don't fucking know. Where we, do some more fucking bullshit with Trent or more.
maybe explain some proper lore or something.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I could spit about the lore, man. I could give you tales upon tales.
Dude, we are notorious lore whores. By all means, lore whore us away.
Part 2 will be a lore whore. This was for funsies / talking about Elden Rings and how we, FromSoftware and how it kind of like came about a little bit. We touched on
Other stuff.
Yeah.
We stumble. It's in the name.
Yeah. So, anything before we close this off and I give Trenticus something to chill? D.
No. I think we've had a nice.
D. Anything to close this off?
I mean, besides my usual shilling stuff for the channel and everything, not really. I'm presently down in a different state on vacation, just calling in, so what up? But, yeah.
Nice. Well, what are you going out of state for? Anything fun?
It's my kid's 10th birthday, so...
Oh, that's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah. And my other kid's also 13, too, so, They're, like, within a few days of each other, so we're kind of doing it all at once down here. So... Yeah, that's why the 10th one is why I'm here specifically, but the other one's also, my I have 2 different sets of kids for all intents and purposes.
We're expanding the lore.
Yeah, for personal lore's sake, I have 2 different sets of kids technically.
Love that. Absolutely.
Yes.
Love that.
But
The more the merrier, or something.
Trent, it's
what
now
the
your
hell
time.
was that?
What was that? I'm sorry.
It is now your time to chill if you want.
Oh, shill? I don't know. If you like magic cards, hit me up. Talaria East Incorporated. I'm on Discord. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Moxfield. If you need some good, reasonably priced cardboard, or want to get good at CEDH, feel free to ask me questions or hit me up sometime. I think that's about as much as I can chill.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like D cut out, so
It seems like a fine place to call it.
yeah.
D
I'm
did it for us. D cleaned us out before we even realized.
I'm gonna say good night. Thank you for joining us for this. Like I said, if you want,
Yeah, it's been a damn pleasure.
if you want to put in your comments what you think is your ranking for Souls, like what you think. What other ones did I have for the questions for the day? If you want to see us do a lore episode, go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the fucking deal. Let's give away some fucking shirts. Let's get on Pornhub, people.
Yeah, Dark Souls on Pornhub. You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's rule 34 of Dark Souls. Never happened before us.
Never once. Yeah, Stumbling
right.
Down did it first, right
Yep.
here. It was
You
live.
found out.
Through the looking ass.
He's back, people.
What a well time to come through again, honestly.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi went out again. You know,
Why did you choose to not have good Wi-Fi?
All right.
I'm literally sitting right next to the router too.
Oh, that's fun.
Kinda.
Good night, people.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for having me, Jackson. See you soon.